Okay, so this is a vlog that I've been wanting to do since I started doing YouTubes. And what it is it's comparing Beyond Meat burgers, the plant-based patty, with a regular hamburger patty. This is a frozen Kirkland hamburger patty. And we're going to cook that and compare it to the Beyond Meat. So Beyond Meat, you cook 4 minutes per side. It's got a net 1 gram of carbs. And here's what they look like. Okay, so they're made up primarily of a PEA protein, mung bean protein, potato starch, some beet extracts, a lot of other things, but primarily this plant-based protein. So we are going to cook them in separate pans and then give it a try. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm just going to cook one of these for right now. I got these at King Super. They have them in the meat area. So they've got a package of just the Beyond Meat. They've got Beyond Meat sausages, Beyond Meat hamburger patties. In the frozen area, they have Beyond Meat crumbles that you can use, ground beef, but I opted to try the hamburger patty option because I had these Kirkland hamburger patties already and wanted to give it a try. So when I open it up, there is a smell to them. It's not a super duper smell. I hate to say this, it's almost like a pet food kind of smell, which is not what I was expecting. It doesn't smell like hamburger, but it's not hamburger, right? This is a meat alternative. And healthy, good way to maybe, you don't do it all the time, but maybe now and again you try this or have them. The Beyond Meat burger, I believe they sell these at Burger King. There's other places that sell the Beyond Meat hamburger patties, so we'll give it a try. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the burners. And we'll see how this goes. I'm going to spray a little avocado spray. I don't know how non-stick these are. The hamburger obviously will create its own grease, but I'm not sure about the Beyond Burger. So I'm using my avocado spray that I love and use on everything. I'm not going to do a lot of, if any actually, seasoning on these because I want to be able to see how they taste. Maybe after I take the first bite, we'll try some ketchup. I have some sugar-free ketchup that I got, which is really cool. So we can try that. So I'm going to let those pans heat up a little bit, and then we will begin cooking them. Regular meat versus Beyond Meat. Okay, so the hamburger's in. The Beyond Meat patty is in. We'll set the timer for about 4 minutes or so. So both are frying up. I'm actually surprised to see some sizzling that looks very meat-like on the Beyond Meat. We have the same thing going with our hamburger. So that's kind of promising. So the hamburger is actually letting off a lot more smoke and a very distinct, obviously, hamburger smell. The Beyond Meat is not giving off a lot of smoke and not a lot of smell coming from it. It is sizzling like a regular burger, and we are down to the less than a minute here, and then we'll flip them. Okay, so I'm gonna flip. As you see, there's a lot of smoke there. I'm gonna use a different spatula. I don't want anything to taint the flavor or potential change in any of this. So that looks pretty good. That looks very burger-like. So we'll set the timer for another 4 minutes. So 4 minutes seems to be a good time for both of these. And again, you've got a lot more steam coming off this one. But you've got a fair amount of grease coming off of this, very similar to a regular hamburger patty. Okay, so no joke, that hamburger patty smoked up my kitchen. I had fans going, everything, but I figured I'd get a move on the video before these things get cold. The Beyond Burger did not do that. It sizzled and cooked and did create some grease in the pan, but when I poked at it, it didn't explode in a cloud of smoke the way the hamburger patty did, causing a kerfuffle here in smoke. So I did get out the Heinz sugar-free ketchup to show you. I have just discovered this, and this is great. It has 10 calories and 1 gram of carbs. So that's pretty cool for those of us on keto, or if you just want to cut the sugar down. That's 0 sugar. So I am going to give this a try. Obviously, I know what a hamburger patty tastes like, so I'm going to try the Beyond Burger first. So it crumbles up a little bit on the edge, but for the most part holds form like a hamburger patty. So it's got like an outer crust like the hamburger will. Very interesting. Now, it smells much more like a clean, fresh kind of hamburger, not an overly greasy hamburger at this point. So at first the odor kind of threw me off. It's not strong, but it was a little different. So let's give it a try. A little bit scared. My first impression is total amazement how good it is. My second impression is, yes, this is different. It's not a hamburger. But I have to say, if we were doing a Pepsi challenge and this was blindfold, this is pretty close. Pretty darn close. It has a lot of the texture and flavor of a hamburger. This is way better than I was expecting. I was truly frightened of this. I thought, there is just no way. So, different knife and fork. I don't want to taint, right? Okay, and again, this is a Kirkland hamburger patty, so this isn't like you're taking hamburger and formulating a patty. It's a lot denser. It's honestly not as flavorful. I am truly amazed. The question's going to be how Ron thinks of this. So let's go get him and see what he thinks.
I'm the test subject. We don't use the term guinea pig anymore. I don't know which one's which, so I'm going to start with whatever this is. They both look like hamburger to me. I know one of them is something different. This stuff. Consistencies, it's not hamburger. Consistency wise, it's a little bit looser. Tastes good, but a little different consistency. So already I could tell that that's probably not hamburger. But I know that one of them isn't hamburger. So I cheated. That's hamburger for sure. It's more of a tight kind of a consistency. Taste almost has a little charbroil. Did you like cause a big fire or something while you're cooking?
Pretty much.
Anyway, the taste isn't much different. This is like just a different consistency. It tastes good.
It's surprising, isn't it? I actually found it to be better.
It's got a good taste to it. Until I haven't had dinner.
One carb.
Well, the regular hamburger is almost too chewy in comparison. I could get used to that for sure. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
Cool, thanks. So I just watched what I did and it looks like my head's chopped off through this whole thing, so sorry about that. But I don't want to undo this because I really wanted to get my initial reaction. Ron did make the point, this is one of those pre-done patties, so we aren't doing it against pressed hamburger. He agreed that this was really good, and this is a person who, I don't serve meat for dinner, I give him fish. It's like, where's the beef, right? And he really liked this. This is a way better product than I ever really could have imagined. So when it comes down to beef versus Beyond Burger, I have to say this is as amazing a product as I have heard. I'm sure you guys have all heard that it's amazing. Truly, this was phenomenal. I might try making a meatloaf out of the meat and all of that. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe.